So let's talk about trading time for money and how do you break the cycle so you can achieve financial freedom. Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you work, you're just barely keeping your head above water? You might put in extra hours, sacrifice weekends, or even take on a second job, maybe even a third job, only to find yourself exhausted and no closer to your financial goals? Well, unfortunately, this is the reality of the time for money cycle, a system that many people rely on, but one that keeps them from ever experiencing true financial freedom. You see, the truth is, solely relying on trading your time for money has some serious limitations because time is a finite resource, and as long as your income depends on it, you'll always be capped in how much you can earn. But there's a way that you can escape the trap and actually create a life of abundance, one where your money is working for you, your time is freed up, and you have the space to focus on what truly matters. And so let's take a look at this and break it down step by step. And so I'm going to walk you through what we're going to be working on in this video, just to give you a little preview. So we're going to be look at the limitations of the time for money model. We'll be looking at the mindset shift you're going to need to go through for true financial freedom. We'll look at diversification and why it's the key to stability. The fact that passive income is a game changer. We'll look at the principle of delegation and collaboration to amplify impact, how systems will enable scalability, how to overcome barriers and how to make that possible, how breaking the cycle will bring freedom, starting small and staying consistent, and that financial freedom is actually achievable for everyone. And so if you're ready to go, strap in, grab a pad and pen, take some notes, and let's get started. So here's the real problem with trading time for money. Number one, time is limited. So no matter how hard you work, there are only 24 hours in each and every day. And that means your earning potential is directly tied to the number of hours you can physically work. And once you hit that time limit, your income is capped. Not to mention, if you get sick, injured, need to take a break, those are hours you can't work, and your earning capacity is now diminished. There's no scalability because your income is tied to your effort. And so it cannot grow beyond your ability to work. And so even if you work longer hours or you take on more projects, there is only so much you can do before you burn out. And let's not forget, you are economically vulnerable because if your entire livelihood depends on a single source of income, such as a job, any disruption like a layoff, an illness, or an economic downturn can leave you exposed. And then, of course, there's the burnout trap. Constantly working harder and longer doesn't just take a toll on your health, it also limits your ability to enjoy life because burnout leaves you with less energy for your family, for personal growth, and for your passions. And these limitations are why breaking free from the time for money model is absolutely essential if you want to build long-term wealth and security. Now, let's look at the shift that's going to have to take place in your mindset because you're going to have to redefine financial freedom. You see, breaking free from the time for money cycle is going to require a shift in how you view work, how you view money, and how you view success. Because it's not about working harder. In fact, what you're going to find is you probably are going to work less than you ever have before. It's about working smarter and using your resources to create sustainable income. Here's what financial freedom actually looks like. Financial freedom means having income streams that don't require constant effort to maintain. These might include investments, rental income, royalties from intellectual property. It's about reaching a point where your money and your resources are working for you rather than the other way around. And then there's the importance of leverage. Leverage is the key to escaping the time for money trap. By using your time, money, and talent strategically, you can multiply your results without multiplying your effort. And then you're going to have to overcome the work harder mentality, because many of us grew up being conditioned to believe that success comes from working harder. And while hard work has its place, true financial freedom comes from strategic choices, like building systems, delegating tasks, and creating income streams that don't depend solely upon your time. I want you to think about this biblical insight from Matthew chapter 25, verses 14 through 30. It's the parable of the talents. It's a powerful example of the importance of stewardship. You see, the servants who invested and multiplied what they were given were rewarded, while the one who buried his talent out of fear was rebuked. You see, God calls us to use our resources wisely, multiplying what we've been entrusted with to create a greater impact. Now, if you find yourself trapped in the cycle, there is a path to breaking the cycle. If you're ready to escape this trap, here are 4 practical steps to start building financial freedom. Number 1, diversify your income streams. Relying on a single paycheck is absolutely risky. The more income streams you have, the more stable your financial foundation becomes. You see, diversification also opens up opportunities to earn money in ways that don't solely depend on your efforts. So here's a couple of examples. Start freelancing. Invest in dividend-paying stocks. Create an online shop, or build a side hustle in an industry that you're actually passionate about. Here's an action step for you. Identify one additional income stream that you can begin building today, even if it's something small, like offering a service or starting a blog. Identify one thing and start working on it. Number 2, create passive income. Passive income is money earned with minimal ongoing effort after the initial setup. It's one of the most effective ways to break free from trading time for money. Here's a couple of examples. Rent out property, earning royalties from writing a book or creating music, selling digital products like ebooks or courses, or investing in the markets. Here's an action step you can take now. Choose one passive income idea that aligns with your skills or interests and start taking steps to make it a reality. The third idea for you is to leverage other people's time and skills. So start delegating tasks and collaborating with others, and you can multiply your productivity. And this will free you to focus on activities that generate the highest return on investment. In fact, in Exodus chapter 18, Jethro advised Moses to delegate leadership responsibilities to capable men so he wouldn't burn out. This principle applies to both business and life. So here's an action step for you. List 2 to 3 tasks you can delegate to someone else whether it's hiring a freelancer, outsourcing household chores, or collaborating with a business partner. Two of the first steps that I took in my journey was I stopped changing my own oil and I stopped mowing my lawn. Those were two big ones for me. Think about what you can do. Fourth, build scalable systems. Scalability is about increasing your results without increasing your workload. Systems are going to allow you to grow your income without tying it directly to your time. Here's a couple of examples. Automating your marketing processes with email funnels, creating subscription-based services, or setting up a digital storefront for online sales. And here's an action step. Identify one repetitive task in your daily life or business and research the tools to automate it. One of my favorites is I use a scheduling software called Calendly. And anybody that wants to schedule an appointment with me, I send them to Calendly. And what it saves is a back and forth conversation about, well, what day do you want to meet? Well, let's meet on Tuesday. No, Tuesday doesn't work. How about Wednesday? Well, no, Wednesday doesn't work. Well, let's look at Thursday. And then you lock down on Thursday, and then you have 4 more conversations on what time. The automation saves those conversations. So let's talk about some common challenges and how you can overcome those. Number one, you need to look at getting around these obstacles to really have success. So first thing is the fear of letting go. A lot of you are control freaks. I get that. I am too. But you're going to have to get over that. And delegating tasks can feel risky, but trusting others is essential to scaling. Start small by outsourcing one simple task and build your confidence with that. Second thing may be that you have limited resources, but you don't need a lot of money to get started. Many passive income ideas like selling digital products require minimal upfront costs. Really what you're going to do is you're just going to make a small time investment. Then you've got those mindset blocks. This is probably the bigger thing. Believing that financial freedom is possible for you. So you're going to have to challenge those limiting beliefs by learning from others who've been successful. This was a huge one for me. Been in ministry for years, and sometimes being poor gets celebrated. Let's just be honest. So I had to break through that. Failure to act. This is also another huge barrier. It's doing nothing. Every small step is a step forward. And even small steps can lead to big changes over time. So let's talk about the benefits of breaking the cycle. When you stop trading time for money, you open the door to a more abundant and fulfilling life. First of all, there's time freedom. You get to spend more time with family and pursue personal passions and focus on the things that truly matter most. There's financial independence. You get to build a safety net that doesn't rely on a single paycheck. There's legacy building, creating lasting wealth for your children and future generations. And then, of course, peace of mind. Diversified income streams reduce financial stress and uncertainty. And so I want to give you 4 actionable steps that you can start today. Number 1, evaluate how much of your income is directly tied to your time and start working to change that ratio. Number 2, choose one strategy, whether it's creating passive income, delegating tasks, automating a process, and take a small step forward. Number 3, set a short-term goal like saving $50 a month to invest or automating a single task in your business. And number 4, track your progress. Adjust your strategy and celebrate your small wins along the way. And in conclusion, let's wrap this up. Trading time may feel like it's your only option, but just realize it is a trap. It sets limits on your potential, and it stunts your ability to achieve real freedom. By making a shift in your mindset and leveraging your resources, taking small intentional steps, you can break free and experience a life of true financial freedom. So, what's the one step you can take today to start breaking the cycle? Whether that's delegating a task, building passive income, or automating a process, your journey is going to begin with a decision. So today, make that single decision. And when you're ready, reach out and let's talk about working together to help you build the life you've been dreaming about. I look forward to talking with you again soon.